All right, hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials Basics today. We're gonna go ahead and come on up to our feet to start. All right, we're gonna start with our spinal cord breathing. So you're gonna walk your feet in, place them just underneath the hips, toes all pointing straight ahead. We're gonna breathe in, circle the hands around, forearms together, palms together, and then as you exhale, think about curling yourself into a little ball. Pull the chin in, pull the belly button in, bow forward. Pause there for a moment, and then now inhale, lift the chest, divide the arms, squeeze the glutes as you lengthen through the spine, and gently turn your head up to the sky. And then we'll reverse that. Exhale, roll it forward, chin to the chest, belly pulled in, bowing down. Pausing at the bottom. Let's go about 3 more times. Lift and open, squeeze the glutes. Support that low back as you lift up. Very good. Trying to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. Bowing down. Pull that chin in, waking up that spine. Last time. Nice big breaths. Divide the arms. And final exhale. Try to exhale just a little bit longer than you normally would. On your next inhale, come on back to standing. Relax those arms down. Alrighty, walk those feet out. And now we're gonna go in our little trees of life here. Gently rotate side to side, keeping the arms away from the body at first. If you're comfortable, turn the head as well. Just keep a little bend in the knees throughout. Alrighty, and then from here, we'll start to bend at those elbows. See if you can time the exhale to let the arms gently tap front of the torso, back of the torso. Awesome. Just continuing to warm up the spine, getting some good blood flow up and down. All right, we're gonna move the arms from the front arm anyway, from the bottom of the torso up to the front of the shoulder. So top of the arm taps the front of the shoulder, upper part of the lungs there. There you go. Awesome. Just nice and rhythmic. You start to get dizzy, just take the head back stationary, so you just look straight on. Let's go a couple more on each side here, and then we're gonna bring that front hand back down to the front of the hip area. All right, lower that front hand down again. Fantastic. This is a great exercise to do if you've ever been a little bit stationary for a while, sitting in your chair for a little bit. You want to generate a little energy, get a little bit of movement. Remember this one. All right, and then slowly bringing it back, hands away from the body, and just ever so gradually come all the way down to a stop. And nice big breath. All right, walk those feet in. We're gonna go into our side, reaching across the body into our side stretch. So let's take your right hand on the right hip. Left foot steps back, just a little stagger stance here. Left hand by that left shoulder. And now as we reach across, we're gonna gently rotate through that back hip as well. Bringing it back in, breathe in as you pull the hand towards the shoulder, and then exhale as you reach across the body. Good, breathing in. Breathing out, look to reach just a little bit higher each time. So now we're reaching about forehead height, back and down, a couple times there. Good, see if you can reach over the head this time, up and over the head, back and reach. Good, and then if you're comfortable to do so, we're gonna go straight into a side stretch, just meaning that we're gonna reach straight up over the head, peering up to the hand if you feel stable to do so. Go about 3 times there, lowering it down, reaching straight up, trying to peer up to that hand. Last one, down and reach, nice and smooth, breathing, and release it down. Good job. Step that back foot in. Let's circle the hips in between sides, nice and smooth here. Good job. Great time to smile. Beautiful. Reverse directions, taking it around the other way. All right, then we're gonna balance the body out. We're gonna do that cross body reach into the side stretch, opposite side. So left hand on the left hip, right foot steps back this time. Right hand by the right shoulder, starting with that cross body reach, about shoulder height. Bringing it back, reaching across. Breathe in as you come back to the start, and then exhale as you reach and expand the body. Good, start to reach a little bit higher each time, about forehead height this time. Good. One more there. And then either stay there if that feels best, or moving into that side stretch, up and over, straight over your head. Stretching that side body, good. A few more, down, across. If you're comfortable to do so, turn the head, gaze up to that hand. Beautiful, down, up and across. And shake it out, beautiful. Walk that back foot in, and just kind of shake the body, shimmy the hips around, what feels good. Dance a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and grab a quick drink of water. You can take a seat for this next part if you'd like. We're gonna wake up the ankles, or you can turn it into a balance exercise. So either take a seat or join me working on some balance. So if you are standing, you're gonna lift on up. You can have the hands out to the side or steady yourself on something. Lift one foot up, and now we're looking to roll that ankle around. About 5 times one direction. Hey, there you are, Shirley, great to see you. Like the color? And then switch directions, turn the foot the other way. Fantastic, place that foot down, same thing other side, lifting up, shoulders back and down, or sit tall if you're seated. Good job. Normal to hear some clicks and pops through there. Reverse directions. 2, 1, and set that one on down. All right, from here, you can stay seated if you'd like, or join me standing. We're gonna stretch the upper body a little bit. So you're gonna reach one arm straight up, or tricep stretch. Bend that elbow, chin in, reaching around. Root down to those legs if you're standing, and then taking it to the side. Watch that head position. We tend to drop the head forward, so chin in, try to look straight ahead as you do this. And we'll go up and down a few times, standing tall, bending to the side. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, 1 or 2 more. Last one. And release. Good job. As long as you're not going to slap your hands on anything, just lower them down, wave them back and forth, reaching up, glide them back, reaching up. Try not to arch the back as you do so. And rest. All right, same thing other side. Ribs down, reaching that arm up, bend at the elbow, reach around and grab that elbow, pull that chin in, and taking it to the side. Stretching out those triceps. Shirley was here with me on Tuesday. I don't know if you felt it, Shirley, but man, my triceps were really sore yesterday from those little tricep extensions. That's the only thing I could think that I did. I was like, man, sometimes when you do that isolation work those little muscles and start to talk to you. All right, and release that side. If you are seated, go ahead and come on back to standing. We're gonna get started on our first sequence here. We're gonna work on some good mornings first. So walking the feet in so the toes are pointing straight ahead. You can go either over the shoulders, or if you want to go behind the head. I'm going to demo over the shoulders. Get a little bend in those knees, pull your belly in, and now long spine as you send those hips back. Looking straight down, and then push through your feet. Squeeze the glutes and stand. Good. Again, long spine, bowing forward, and straight up. Good. 1 or 2 more. And then those of you that are here live, if you could turn sideways to the camera, it really helps me to give you a little bit more feedback. It's hard to tell what's going on when you're facing straight on. Thank you, Diane. That looks great. Good, Christina. And up. All right, everybody. Go ahead and rest there. We're going to wake up the glutes a little bit more next. I'm going to demo standing on the first round. Those of you that know the bird dog, if you want to get down on all fours, you could also do this from that quadruped position. Otherwise, standing nice and tall, we're going to start with the left leg. You're going to pull the knee just up a little bit, and then we're going to engage the glute, glide it back, toe point straight forward. Pull that knee up, and then glide it straight back, watching not to arch the back, so ribs down. Again, in and extend. We tend to rotate the foot out and away, so keep it straight on, in and extend. Beautiful. A couple more. Up and back. I'm going to squeeze that bum. Last one. In and straight out, squeeze and relax. Awesome. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Standing tall. And here we go. Knee pulls in, lift the toes, and then glide it back, squeeze the glute. This is one that's really easy to kind of arch the back as you reach back. So pay attention to that midline. In and back. In and back. Waking up the bum. Squeeze those muscle tissues. We're going to try to wake up a few more fibers each rep. Good. 2 more. Up and back. Last one. Up and back. All right. If you happen to be down on all fours, make your way back up to your feet. Standing nice and tall, we're going to work our paused march next. So as you stand tall, opposite hand, opposite leg. Lift the knee, lift the toes. And then it's like you're moving in slow motion here, pausing in the top, and then nice and controlled, and switch. Ooh, there you go. Little balance work, kind of disguised here with the movement. So all the way through, pulling up, controlling through. Very nice. You can stick with that pause march. If you want to pick up the tempo a little bit, we'll go into our march and punch. 20 more seconds here. You can even add a little skip if you'd like. I'm just going to stick with a traditional march. Try to keep those hands up by the level of the shoulders. Excellent. And then exhale as you punch. Good. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, fantastic. Before we go back up to the top, I'm gonna just try to check in with the back side of our body with a little toe touch. So walk those feet in so that they're just underneath the hips. Stand nice and tall, just a little mini bend in those knees. Pull the belly in, you're gonna slide the hands down the legs. Pulling the chin and allowing yourself to round the spine a little bit here on this toe touch. And you go down just as far as you're confident, as far as you're comfortable. 1 breath or 2 in the bottom position. And then on that next breath, push through your legs. Slightly, find my words. Come up 1 segment at a time. Standing nice and tall at the top. All righty, beautiful. From here, walk the feet outside the hips. Reach those arms out to the side. Get a little bend in those knees. We're gonna move into some windmills. So you're gonna send the hips back, reach across the body to the opposite leg. Squeeze the glutes and stand. Bowing down, reaching across, standing tall. Good. And now we're trying to find that nice tall chest position. So instead of rounding the back, similar to how we did that good morning on the first round, this is our advancement of that movement. We still want to have that long spine, reaching over. Good job. Let's get 1 or 2 more on each side. Shoulders back and down as you stand straight up. Fire the bum, squeeze those glutes to pull yourself upright. Even yourself out on both sides. And take a rest. All right, if you are down on all fours for the bird dog, you can head back down. Otherwise, we're going back to those glute extensions. This time I'm gonna demo a little bit lower with the upper body. So you can support on a tabletop, on the side of the couch, seat of the chair, whichever position you're comfortable with. So place those hands down, walk the feet out just a little bit. We're gonna start with the left leg. Midline pulled in, left knee towards that left elbow. And then glide it back from there, toe pointing down. Pulling it in and extending back. Nice. Watch that leg, don't let it rotate out and away. We tend to do this with the foot and we want to keep it straight down. In and back, good. Let's talk about the breathing. Breathe in as you pull that knee in and then exhale as you extend. Couple more. Last one. And rest. Good job. Feel free to come off the hands for a second, shake it out, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. When you're ready, back into position. Nice wide handprint to support those hands down. And when you're ready, pull that right knee towards the right elbow and glide it back, toe points down to the ground. Glide it in and extend. Once you know the movement, turn your gaze, focus right between the hands. Breathe in as you glide that knee in. Exhale as you extend. Make sure you have a little bend in that support leg for those of you that are standing. Good, couple more. Last one. And walk it in, come on up. All right, if you're on the ground, make your way back to your feet. Or go on back, either that paused march, or you can join me. I'm gonna do the march and punch from the start this time. Eyes up, hands to the shoulders, and here we go. Reaching across the body, lifting that knee up. And you wanna think about stabilizing as you come onto that single leg support. So hold strong through those hips and shoulders. Awesome. Exhale as you punch. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as you bring those arms back and in. Beautiful. Good. Couple more. And 2, 1, and take your rest. Woo! All right, let's grab a drink. And then let's take a seat. Do a couple stretches. You can either join me in the chair if you want to mimic it from the floor. Please feel free to come on down. All right, those of you here live, if you looked at what we had planned for this session, I was planning to get down on the ground and work in some glute bridges today. Just based upon our time, I'm going to save that for next class. So next week on Monday, we're going to do our glute stretch first. So grab that leg, cross that foot over. If you're lying on your back, you're going to pull the knee across the body. Sit nice and tall, hug it in. So I'm just going to say, we're going to skip that section for today. The plan for, if you're here live with me on Monday, we're going to be down on the ground working some glute bridges. On the ground, on the couch, you can also plan to kind of set up near your bed. If it's hard for you to get on and off the ground, you could do the bridges from your bed or your couch. And let's go ahead and rest this side. Same thing, other side. Sit nice and tall, pick that foot up, cross that foot over, and hug that knee in. Nice deep breaths here. Breathing in. Nice strong exhale. Breathe in some joy, some peace. Exhale any stress. Let go of all those worries. And always find something to worry about, it seems like, this day and age. Probably many days and ages before this day. Go ahead and release that side. We're going to make our way into figure 4 stretch. So as you go back to that first leg, see if you can get the foot to come above the knee on that side. Sit up nice and tall, and then just invite that knee to gently drop down. You can take the same side hand, place it on top of that knee, and always being conservative with our stretches here. So if it's painful, back out of it. Otherwise, let's go another 10 seconds or so. Very good. Nice cleansing breaths. Breathe in deep, lengthen the spine, and exhale. Good. Next breath, go ahead and gradually come on out of that side. Same thing, other side. Picking that foot up, crossing it on over. Oh, and letting that foot drop down. Good. Chin pulled in, sitting nice and tall. We are going to be doing some step ups in this next piece. If you have a step stool or any kind of like box or a staircase that you can step up on, we'll be utilizing that next. And if you don't have that around, I'll give you an alternative. All right, go ahead and pick that side up. We're going to open up that mid body, and then we're going to come back up to our feet. So our mid back rotations, take one hand behind the head, sitting tall, pull the belly in as you bring that elbow towards the opposite thigh. And then from there, as you come on up to the top, you can even use your hand on the same side knee, press into that knee as you rotate, peer over that shoulder. About 3 to 5 times total. Breathe in, close it down. In, exhale as you rotate. Holding about 2 to 3 seconds in that open position. That's where you get the most out of that movement. Closing it down and rotate, exhale. Excellent job. Couple more. Everything in life tends to be kind of like right here in front of us. We don't naturally have much rotation in our everyday life, so we want to build it in. Sometimes you don't notice that you can't rotate well until you get in the car and need to look over your shoulder to back out or something. All right, same thing other side, sitting tall, elbow, hand behind the head. And now if you have a newer car this day and age, they have those backup cameras, so sometimes you just don't even look behind you, hopefully for blind spots and all that. But so we got to keep it going. You know, technology, as much as it brings blessings to our life, we find that it kind of minimizes the way that we use our body. Exercise used to be just living our life. We had a lot to do. Just imagine before washing our clothes in the washer and dryer, when people wash the clothes by hand, that was a workout in and of itself. Controlling down. Not that I ever did it myself, but you can imagine. All right, that should be about 5, maybe one more. Control down, sit tall, gently rotate, and release. All right, fantastic. So in our next piece, we're gonna have those step ups or our giant steps. I'll demo those for a moment. And then we're gonna be working some push-ups. So either elevated push-ups, if you wanna kind of use the back of a couch, a countertop. The higher your hands can be from the ground, the easier it's gonna be. The closer your upper body is to the ground, the harder it's gonna be. All right, make your way on up. We're gonna be doing 3 rounds of this next circuit. So if you're not really sure how it all works, you can always watch the first round and then join us on the next 2. So the first one's gonna be the step up. So here I'm gonna use the little step stool. We're practicing that leg strength to step up onto the stair well. If you don't have the step stool, what do we do in place of that? We do the giant steps. Stepping back, coming forward. You can come to a high knee if you want. And we're gonna be going one leg for 30 seconds and then the other leg. All right, those of you that do have the step stool, try to get your whole foot on there if you can, not on a very level ground. Always make sure your area is secure. So full foot up on that step if you can. Nice tall chest. You can reach those arms straight out. And then when you're ready, driving to that foot, coming all the way up to the top. And you're gonna keep that foot up there as you step down. And then we'll go from there. Heel down, driving up, just keeping that foot up on the stool throughout. Controlling down. Good. So we're focused on the position of the knee is usually one of our first priorities. I'll show you straight on. It tends to drop in. So you want to keep it level. Very good. Let's go one more and then we'll switch side. Driving down, open the hips and come on down. Alrighty, same thing, opposite foot. Full foot on the bench. Reach those arms out and here we go. Open the hip. Stepping back, controlling down. Go ahead and keep that foot up there. Drive into that heel. Beautiful. Reach. Try to train that chest position as well. So try not to drop that chest down. Good. Few more. Heel pushes down. Big toe pushes down. Good control. Fantastic. Final 2. Up and open. And as we watch the knee, we can also pay attention to the hips. The hips will tend to kick out. Last one, and come on down. All right, push-ups are next. So if you want to come down to the floor, you can. I'm going to demo off the chair. If anything's going on with your shoulders, if the push-ups don't feel right, hold a plank. So that's nice at the top here. All right, so chin in. If you know the drill, you can go ahead and begin. Otherwise, I'll kind of remind you of some areas to focus on. First, we don't want those hips to drop down, so hips stay up. That's for the plank hold as well. Second, on the push-ups, elbows don't wing wide. Instead, keep them relatively close to the sides. Pull the shoulders back and down, lower the chest as confident or as far as you're confident, and then drive out from there. Elbows in, controlling down, midline strong, push through those hands, driving away. Very good. Yep, pull that belly in. Try to keep your body as straight as a board as you lower down. Nice. Good job, Diane. Elbows in, reaching back, and push away. Take about another 10 to 20 seconds. I'm just going to come a little bit closer. Good, Christina, the elbows are going a little wide, so think about in towards your sides a little bit more as you lower down. There you go, Shirley. Yep, just make sure you're not arching the back. I can't totally tell. And finish that rep and rest, everyone. All right, come on up. If you have one of those long bands, we're gonna be doing our seated row next. So either seated on the ground or seated in the chair with our long band. If you don't have the bands, but you have some dumbbells, you can also do a bent over row here. All right, you're gonna wrap one foot around that band, sitting nice and tall. Palms down as you reach those arms away, and then squeeze those elbows in and training those shoulder blades to sit back on the rib cage. We're gonna go a full minute here. Palms down to reach, and then rotate the palms up as you squeeze those elbows in. Reaching out, squeeze it back and in. Awesome job. And then how tall can you sit here, lifting through the chest? Taking notice of that neck and head posture. We tend to lose that head forward, so chin pulled in. We're halfway through. Breathing in to reach, exhale as you row. Fantastic. Reaching out, rowing back and in. Good, 15 seconds left. Reaching out, squeeze it in. If you don't have the band, you can always mimic the motion as if you do. There you go. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, grab a drink. That's set 1. We're going to be back to our step ups. We'll start here in about 30 seconds. As always, you all can either follow along with me if you're like, I'm going to start a little bit early. You're welcome to do that as well. All right, friends, get started here in about 10 seconds. So pick a side you're gonna start on, pick that foot up, place it on your bench or your step, reach those arms straight out, 2, 1, and begin. Hips are level, knee is stable, up and forward, and then back and down. Eyes up, chest up, open the hip. Beautiful, and set it back and down. Good job. Find that rhythm, find the motion. Our big toe is a really big helper in this motion as well. With the heel in contact with the ground or the step, when that big toe pushes down, it helps activate the arch of the foot, so it helps stabilize everything. Last one, up, down, and switch legs. Same thing other side. Sometimes when we focus on the heel, we lift the toes up, but we want to keep that whole foot engaged. And begin when you're ready. Open that hip, standing tall. Good, and then control the down. Reach, lift and open. Awesome. Hips level, knee level. We want to avoid, as we come up, sometimes the hips kick out. So keep them square to the shoulders. Beautiful. 1 or 2 more. Push that foot down, open the hips, and sit it back. Last one. Up, open, and controlling down. Beautiful work. Moving back to the push-ups. Push-ups or holding that front plank. All right, placing those hands just underneath the shoulders. Step the feet back. Midline nice and level, and then whenever you're ready, bringing the shoulders back and down the rib cage, lowering the chest down. If it's tough for you to get that chest all the way to your surface, if you have a higher surface you could use, I would rather see that full range of motion, because the more of a range of motion that we can strengthen our body, the better that we prevent against injuries. Fantastic. Midline tight, push it up. If you get to where it's really hard to push up, maybe that's your last one for the set, and then just hold this plank till we're done. We've got about 10 seconds left. Holding strong, lowering in. There you go. Good, Kel. Nice, Diane. That's a great body position. There you go, Shirley. Great push. Nice, Christina. 2, 1, and rest. Seated row with the band. Go ahead and take a seat on the floor in the chair. And try to use both sides of the body So I think I was on my right foot last time. I'm gonna put it around my left foot this time. We got one more round after this. Alrighty, sit nice and tall, reach those hands out, and here we go. Row those elbows back. Breathe in, reach. Exhale as you row. And you can pause in that back position. I like to hold that posture, squeezing the shoulder blades together for a couple seconds, and then reaching out for that next rep. Whole time I'm thinking, how tall can I be? Imagine we're there, we've got a book, we're gonna rest a book right on top of your head and see if you can balance it. So if we lose that head forward, that chin forward, we're gonna lose our book back. So stay tall, we're over halfway. Reach out, exhale, squeeze, backing in. Good, reach, pull it back, smile, strengthening our body. Good, couple more. Breathe in, extend, exhale, retract those shoulders. 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. All right, let's grab a drink. We're gonna take about 40 seconds to reset, and then we'll be back into our final round. Back to our step ups or reverse lunges or reverse giant steps rather. We had lunges in the last hour. All working very similar muscle groups. And if you feel stable, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, I'm not going to demo with this, but you could always hold a weight under your chin. You could hold dumbbells in your sides of your body, your choice. All right, pick the foot you're going to start with. Place that whole foot up there, standing nice and tall. And here we go. Drive into that foot, up and open, and then controlling down. And kind of exaggerate, extending that hip, which just means I stand up tall on one leg and then bring that foot in. Hips level and knees stable, both on the up and on the down. Excellent. Reach, lift, pull it together. Nice. Let's go 2 more. Good, last one, and then we'll switch legs. And taking it down. Awesome job. Same thing, opposite foot. And when you're ready, here we go. Up and open, sitting it back. You build that strength by creating that downward force or pushing down into that step, activating the muscles. Beautiful. As much as we're pushing that heel into the step, remember the big toe as well. Push that big toe down. Engage the arch of your foot. It's going to support the ankle, the knee, the hip, all the way up the chain. Good. Last one. Up, open, and taking it down. Beautiful. All right, head into your push-up position. Remember, you can also go against the wall or against a tree. You could just lower into the wall and push away. Otherwise, 3, 2, 1. And begin, either holding strong here at the top, watching to not hyperextend the elbows, or gradually lowering your chest towards your surface, driving straight away. As we lower down, that's when we tend to lose those hips. Sometimes as we push away, the hips will want to drop down too. So pull that belly button in, breathe as you move. Good. Fantastic. Nice and smooth. Driving out, less than 10 seconds. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and come to a rest. Grab your band, take a seat. All right, if you remember, take the band around that opposite foot. Sit nice and tall, and here we go. Pulling it back and in. Squeeze those shoulder blades and then reach it out. Beautiful work. Just have one more circuit after this. Good. Always love seeing the puppy dogs, kids and dogs. Probably especially the dogs hold a special place in my heart. Mostly just because I haven't spent a lot of time around kids. Breathe in, reach it out, exhale, pull it in. Good. Woo. Let's go another 10 seconds. Lengthen through the spine, pull that chin in, reach it out. And 3, 2, 1, and all done there. All righty, don't go anywhere. If you happen to be seated on the floor, if you want to come onto hands and knees for cat-cow mobility, otherwise we're going to mimic that motion from a seated position. So if you're on the chair here, you're going to sit nice and tall, take your palms to the bottom of the thighs, and now we're going to start by rounding the body. So similar to the breathing we did at the very start, you're going to exhale, pull the chin into the chest, roll the shoulders forward, and then on your inhale, slide the hands up the legs, pull the shoulders back, and turn your head lightly to the sky. Good, and that's your motion. Exhale, round forward, pull the chin in, and then inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, watching to not overarch that back. Shouldn't have any tension or, no pain in that low back. Couple more. Roll it forward. This should all feel good. And lift. Last time. Reach, round. And inhale, lift. Fantastic. All right. We're actually going to do our next exercise. Starts from a seated position. So if you're not in the chair, if you can make your way to the chair, and it's going to be our seated leg extension. So working on some isolation of our different leg muscles. We're going to do leg extensions, 30 seconds each leg, and then we'll stand up and do the leg curls. So when you're ready, sitting nice and tall, the one leg, you're just going to simply extend that knee, lift the toes, pull them towards you, and then bend it back and in. Nice and simple here. Simple yet effective. We're getting this quad to fire. So you can either hold on at the sides, you can even rest one hand right on that quad. Feel it fire. Good. Bend the knee and extend the knee. Pulling the toes towards the face. Okay, one more. Bend and extend. Squeeze that quad and rest it down. Alrighty. Give a little love to that muscle. Use your hands. Move it around. Gently massage the area. Awesome. Alrighty, then same thing, opposite side. So back to that posture, sitting tall. You can hold on to the sides of the chair if you'd like. And when you're ready, extend. Hold those toes towards your face and then bend it back and in. And I just pause for a moment in that extension. Watch the midline posture, sitting tall. Get sure that not to arch. Very good. 10 more seconds. Extend, fire that muscle. Back. Maybe one more. Out. In. And rest. Good job. Give some love to that side. Squeeze the muscle, massage the muscle. Get that blood flow going back into it and give a little count. Keep it flowing. All right. When you're ready, we're going to make our way back up to the feet. If your water bottle or glass of water is nearby, let's take a drink. All right, and then I recommend having something to balance on for this. We're doing our leg curls. So we're gonna stand tall, pull the belly in to make sure you're nice and neutral. And then when you're ready, you're gonna pick up one foot, pulling the heel straight up towards the glute. So extend the leg, you can set it down, and then curl that heel. Good job, we're going 30 seconds each side here. Squeeze it in and extend, good. I'm demoing everything from standing today. We have 2 rounds. This one could be done lying on your belly as well. Good. And extend. Good. Firing that hamstring. Let's go one last one. Squeeze it in and lengthen it out. Awesome job. In between legs, just rock the hips side to side. Hands on the hips, rocking side to side. Very good. And then same thing, opposite leg. Standing tall, shoulders stacked over the hip, and then when you're ready, bend the knee, pull the heel straight up towards your glute. Watch that those hips don't kick out as you bend that knee up, so lifting up to that midline the whole time. Very good. And then no arching of the back also, so midline pulled in nice and smooth. 10 seconds left. Very good. One or two more. Fire that hamstring and go ahead and rest. Fantastic. All right, shimmy it side to side, and then calf raises next. So you could technically do this off the stair. Or your step. I'm going to demo just from the ground this time. So still supporting through the upper body. And then just like it sounds, we're going to raise up through the calves. So pushing off your toes, lifting straight up, and then controlling down. I'm on both feet here together today. So both feet together, lift it up, controlling that heel down. Push to the balls of your feet. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and then lower back. Fantastic. About 10 more seconds. Resting those heels all the way to the ground, lifting up on those toes. Fantastic. Good. One or two more. Up, down, up, and rest. Fantastic. All right, back to your chair. We're going to go one more round, and then we'll get a stretch in. Leg extensions. All right, take a seat, sit nice and tall, come to the edge of the chair. We'll go here in 10 seconds. So just give a moment if you're already ready. If you're not quite ready, come on into position. All right, pick the leg you want to start on. Pick it up off the ground, and here we go. Extend it straight out. Fire that quad, bending it in. Keep the posture engaged throughout. Good. Halfway. Need to take a break at any point, please do. Want to avoid any muscle cramps as we're doing these isolation exercises. Hamstring tends to be usually more of a trigger for muscle spasms than does the quad for whatever reason. And there's our 30 seconds. Rest there. Give that quad a little love. Speak kindly to your body as you give it some love. Sometimes we get a little critical of our body, of our thighs. Think about all the things that your body does for you when you start to get critical of it. All right, same thing, opposite leg, coming nice and tall, shoulders back. You can hold on to the seat of the chair if you'd like. When you're ready, lift that opposite leg up, and here we go. Extend it out and bend it in. You have to always keep in mind that we've been programmed to be critical of our body. It drives a lot of consumerism. We're insecure of our body. We tend to be driven to purchase things, to feel better in our skin, buy all the new gadgets. Sometimes the gadgets are great. Sometimes they just become a new coat rack for us in our houses. And one or two more, extend it out, bend it in, and last time, and rest that side. Good job. Back to some love. Massage the leg. You know, sometimes if you don't feel like you have the energy to move your body, if you can't get to somebody to do a nice massage and body work, a brief little self massage will help that soreness as well. All right, and pat the muscle. Fantastic. All right, when you're ready, make your way up to standing, leg curls and calf raises, and then we'll be all done. All righty, standing nice and tall, ribs tucked down so you don't arch that back. Feel free to support that upper body. And then when you're ready, nice and strong, curl that heel straight up towards the glute. Placing it down and curling it up and in. Good job. There you go, nice. The other really unfortunate part about so much advertising is that as many of us know, right, it's all adjusted, doesn't even really have an actual reality of a person. They will give credit to a lot of companies starting to use different body shapes in advertising, a little bit more realism to it. All right, last one, and rest that side down. Same thing, other leg. All righty, and 2, 1, here we go. Bend that foot, or bend the knee, lift the foot. So coming to a place of gratitude is kind of where I was starting with all of that. being grateful for what our body can do, releasing the criticism of what maybe it can't currently do, or maybe it can't do it as well as we think it should. And when you're practicing gratitude, try to really feel that appreciation, you know, really get into the emotion of the adventures that you've been on. You get to play with your grandkids, walk your dogs, all those simple joys in life. Last one, up and in, pause, and relax. Awesome job. All right, feel free to kind of shimmy those hips around for a second. And then we're gonna finish with the calf raises. So feel free to stay on the ground. I'll just show you kind of what I was referring to. If you do feel comfortable on the stair or on your step, you can do your calf raises here where I bring my heels, whoops, don't do that unless you're stable enough. Maybe this side would be better. So I can bring the heels off the edge and lift up from there. It'd probably be more secure with an actual stationary stair than a step here. Lower that heel down or just from the ground and lift on up. If you're not with me, go ahead and join me now. Give about another 30 seconds. That demo was the very reason I've been a little hesitant to bring these steps into the picture. I'm not there to support, so please always make good choices. Pay attention. We don't want to cause any injuries here. We're working to prevent injuries. All right, maybe one more, lifting up, lowering down, and rest. All right, I'm gonna set that stair around. While we're standing, we're gonna get a nice stretch for the calf. So if you can use the position, whether it's the wall or the chair that you are using for your push-ups, and we're gonna use that to support the upper body while we stretch the calf. So I'm gonna place the upper body onto support. I'm gonna take one foot, step it back, step the other foot forward, and then we're just looking to lower that heel down towards the floor. Get a nice stretch in the back side of the calf. Very good. Chin in, couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, walk that foot forward, same thing other side. Nice long step back, and then gradually rock that heel back to the floor. Get a nice stretch in the lower part of the leg there. Very good, and breathe. If you have a staircase at your house as well, before you go up the stairs, if you notice your calves are a little stiff, you can just stand on the edge of the chair, let the heels drop off the back and just get a nice stretch for the calves. You can go one foot at a time or both feet together. All righty, go ahead and step that foot forward. Come on up, quad stretch next. This is one of the more challenging stretches we do. So if you can do it, join us. If not, do the best you can. Lifting on up, looking to grab the same side foot with the same side hand. And trying to pull the heel. I see I'm kind of coming to the shadows here, so I apologize about that. Pulling that heel towards the glute. Good job. Pull the shoulder back on the same side that you're stretching. 2, 1, and go ahead and release that side. And then same thing, other side. Standing nice and tall, lifting on up. Try to grab that foot with the same side hand. And pulling the heel towards the glute. One of my favorites, if you have low back stiffness, if your knees get stiff, I know you're like, low back, what? But this is a great one to do because we stretch the hip flexors, which is part of the quad, helps take the tension off the low back. So when those hip flexors get tight, we tend to overarch our low back. And go ahead and release that foot. Very good. From here, we're gonna give some love to those hip flexors. So back to the first leg, step that side back, and then either arms over the shoulders, or if you're comfortable to reach up to overhead, we're gonna reach straight up to overhead, and now we're gonna shift that back hip forward. So squeeze the glute, shift the hip forward, and rotate your body towards your front leg. Good, coming on back, stand tall, shift the hip, and gently rotate again towards that front leg. One more time, rock it back, rock it forward. You can bring the hands to the shoulders if you need a break, and rotate around, and release. Good job, walk the back foot in. Same thing, opposite side. Step it back. I'll start with the arms up to overhead for the first couple. Front foot really firmly planted here. Lift, shift that hip, squeeze the bum of that trail leg, and gently rotate. Good, twice more. Rock it back. Lift the chest as you rock that hip forward, turning the torso, try to look over the shoulder on that front leg. Very good. Last one, I'm going to bring the hands down to the shoulders for this one. Rocking that hip forward, and now I can pull that arm around as well to help add a little more rotation. Opening those hip flexors, rotating through that torso, and release. Woo! All right, step it in, and let's finish in the chair. All right, everybody, great job today. As you come onto the chair, we're going to kind of mimic a little child's position, low back stretch. So I'm going to walk the feet out nice and long, hands on the thighs, chin to the chest, and then you control how far down do you want to slide the hands. We're going to get a nice gentle stretch into the back side of the body, low back, mid back. Once you come into the position you're most comfortable, if you're okay to hang out here for a couple of breaths, breathe in nice and deep, trying to expand the back of that rib cage. Exhale, maybe drop down just a hair more. One more. On that next inhale, walk your hands up. Come on back to the top. All right, our last one, we're gonna do our seated twist with our shoulder rotations. So let's take your left hand to your right thigh. You can either keep the foot flat or cross the leg over. Sit nice and tall, and then right hand to your right shoulder. From here, I'm going to use this hand to pull into that thigh to bring myself into that rotation, that seated twist, and now rotate that elbow around. The whole goal of rotating the elbow is to give some movement to the shoulder blade, trying to move that shoulder girdle up and down the rib cage. And I like going backward circles here to kind of train that shoulder to sit back on the rib cage. We tend to already live forward. So we're looking to reverse all of our bad habits of everyday living. Or we won't say bad, less than ideal. Maybe a couple more rotations here. And release. Good job. Coming out of that twist and then making your way to the other side. Sitting tall. Option to cross that leg over. Hand that opposite thigh. Same side hand to the shoulder. Good job. Turn the torso, peer over that elbow. And then like we've got a little mini volleyball floating down from the sky. We're going to trace those circles. Thinking about the shoulder blade, trying to imagine moving that shoulder blade up and down, keeping it mobile. Continue to breathe. As you breathe in, try to lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, try to keep that length, but maybe go just a hair more into that rotation. Couple more. And release. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Round of applause instead of high five. Let's pat those thighs. Woo! All right, keep that body moving. Watch that you don't slap your hands against the sides of the chairs if you have any armrests. Back and forth. Make some nice big open circles, opening that upper body. If you feel stiff later today, over the weekend, think, where can I move? How can I open? We tend to be closed, so we want to continue to open. All right, thank you so much. Keep your hydration going. Find some vegetables that you can enjoy, and I hope to see you next week.